Here's what Sinema's switch from Democrat to Independent could mean for the Senate. Senator Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona speaks at the U.S. Capitol after the Senate passed the Respect for Marriage Act in November. Sinema announced Friday she would register as an independent rather than a Democrat. Anna Moneymaker/Getty Images. Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema, an unapologetic moderate who has alienated progressives with her stance on the filibuster and other issues, is leaving the Democratic Party to register as an independent. Sinema announced the news on Friday via Twitter, in an Arizona Republic op-ed and interviews with CNN and Politico. In a natural extension of my service since I was first elected to Congress, I have joined the growing numbers of Arizonans who reject party politics by declaring my independence from the broken partisan system in Washington and formally registering as an Arizona independent, she tweeted. Sinema's move is unlikely to change the power balance in the Senate, as it comes days after Senator Raphael Warnock won the Georgia runoff election to give Democrats a 51-49 majority. That includes two independents who caucus with them, Senators Bernie Sanders of Vermont and Angus King of Maine. We understand that Sinema's decision to register as an independent in Arizona does not change the new Democratic majority control of the Senate, and we have every reason to expect that we will continue to work successfully with her, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said in a statement. Sinema notified Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer of her decision on Thursday, and he agreed to keep her committee assignments as they are. I believe she's a good and effective senator and I'm looking forward to a productive session in the new Democratic majority Senate, Schumer said in a statement. Sinema says she doesn't want to fit in a box. Sinema told Politico she will not caucus with Republicans. She also said she won't attend weekly Democratic caucus meetings, but rarely does that now. And she wrote in her op-ed that becoming an independent won't change her work in the Senate, adding that my service to Arizona remains the same. I've never fit neatly into any party box. I've never really tried. I don't want to, she told CNN. Removing myself from the partisan structure, not only is it true to who I am and how I operate, I also think it'll provide a place of belonging for many folks across the state and the country, who also are tired of the partisanship. In 2018, Sinema became the first Arizona Democrat elected to the Senate in 30 years, as well as the state's first ever female senator and the first openly bisexual senator in U.S. history. She promised to be an independent voice for all Arizonans. Over the last 2 years, she and fellow moderate Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia have been criticized as standing in the way of President Biden's agenda by regularly holding up or objecting to parts of key legislation, as was the case with Democrats' key budget package. Fellow Arizona lawmaker, Rep. Raul M. Grijalva, a Democrat, summed up this frustration among some in his caucus in a statement on Friday and called Sinema's switch predictable. Her decision, while disappointing, does not shift the balance of power and Democrats will move forward putting people over politics with or without her help, he said in the statement. In Friday's op-ed, Sinema acknowledged that her approach has led to tension, at times, on both sides of the aisle. My approach is rare in Washington and has upset partisans in both parties, she wrote. It is also an approach that has delivered lasting results for Arizona. Sinema pointed to her work with colleagues on both sides of the aisle to pass legislation related to critical infrastructure, economic competitiveness, water issues, veterans benefits, marriage access for LGBTQ Americans and gun safety, among other issues. And she named several areas in which her position and priorities remain steadfast, for example, that a woman's health care decision should be between her doctor and her family and her work to secure the southern border, ensure fair and humane treatment for migrants and permanently protect dreamers. But she also wrote about what she won't do. If anyone previously supported me because they believed